Okay, guys, so you're going to do add unlike fractions. Unlike fractions have different denominators. Before you can add unlike fractions, one or both of the fractions must be renamed so that they have a common denominator. Just remember, when you're watching these videos, you can always pause. If you're taking these notes, pause, take your notes, pause. Okay, so pause is your friend. So for example, say we have one board, 1.5 foot board. So I have 1/2 foot long board. And another board is 1/4 of a foot long. What is the total length, basically? So say I have make it so you can see it. Or sorry. Right? So this is 1/2 of a board. And I'll put the other board right under it. So this is 1/2 of the board. Right? And then we have another one that's 1/4 long. So these are all fourths, and here is 1/4. But how much is that together? Right? So it's kind of like bringing it up here, and it's 1/4. But how much is it? Okay, so when we're adding fractions, remember the denominators need to be alike. So let's have, basically we have 1/2 plus 1/4. So now this one, the denominators are not the same. So I need to find the denominator to make them alike. I know that if I multiply 2 times 2, I'm going to get 4, right? So what I like to do is I like to flip them. I like to stack them up. So I'm going to put 1/2 plus 1/4, right? So now I know that I can easily make this fourths, right? And how did I get a fourth here? Well, I multiplied. 2 times 2 is 4. But what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 2 times 1 is 1. Here, I don't do anything. It's like I'm saying 1 times 4 and 1 times 1. So the fraction stays the same. Oops, sorry. 2 times 1 is 2. Thank you. Okay, so now can I add same denominator? So what is 2 plus 1? 3/4. Now, if you look at my model, you think about it, say we were to cut this into 4 parts, isn't it technically 3/4? 1, 2, 3/4. Okay, so doing it in my model, you see it there, but we need to start practicing adding fractions. So let's do 2/3 plus 1/6. Look at your denominator. What do they have in common? Because I know my 2 times 3 is 6, right? So I'm gonna say, multiply this times 2 times 2. This stays the same because the denominator will stay the same. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. Denominators stay the same. Now, if you notice here, I flipped my fraction. I stacked it up here. I just went from left to right. It's up to you how you feel more comfortable doing it, okay? So I'm going to move my notebook up a bit so I can add some more down here. So let's do 3/10 plus 1/5. Okay, again, I know my type tables times 2, right? I'm going to write it right below. That 10 stays the same denominator. 2 times 1, 2. 5 times 2, 10. Denominator stays the same. 3 plus 2, 5. Is that my final fraction? Nope. Simplify. We can reduce them. I know that 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm now doing the opposite. Dividing. Oops, sorry. Not 5, by 5. 5 divided 5 is 1. 10 divided 5 is 2. So that's 1/2. That is my answer. Okay, so let me do 2 more. So we have, let's do 3/4 plus 1/6. This one I could do several ways, but like I said, I like to stack them up. So I am going to flip them, stack them up. Okay. Remember my least common denominator. I know it's, my denominators can be 12. They have 24 in common, right? So which one's closest or smaller, the least? I'm going to use the 12. So denominator is going to be 12. Denominator will be 12. How did I get the 12? Well, I multiplied times 2. Times 2. How did I get the 12 here? Times 3. Times 3. So 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2. And 3 times 3 is 9. Now can I subtract? I'm sorry, I'm adding. Now I can add 9 plus 2, 9, 10, 11, 11 twelfths. Do I simplify? Nope, I can't. This is my final answer. Okay. How about 5/12? Sorry, 5/8 plus 1/4. Okay, look at your denominator. Okay, I know if I multiply this times 2, it gives me an 8 denominator. I need to have the same denominator, so I'm going to use that. 8 and 2 times 1 is 2. 5 plus 2, 7, 8. Is that my final answer? Can I simplify? I can't. My final answer. Okay, so you're going to be doing that as your assignment, and I'll put that up for you. And remember, always pause your videos to help you out. See you later. Bye.